Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, your tajweed made easy. Course number 3, we're on lesson 11. Okay, page 16. Echo letters. Okay, Qalqalah, Qalqalah. Okay, this is what the rule is called. Qalqalah, basically to echo. Alright. So if you see the following 5 letters in the Quran with a sukoon on top, what is a sukoon? I've clearly showed you, circled an example on top of the dal. That is what a sukoon is. Now, if somebody was to ask me, what is that there? I would say dal sakin. Okay, when it's on top of a letter, it's called sakin. When it's on its own, it's called a sukoon. Okay, so let's go to the top again and read again. If you see the following 5 letters, qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, in the Quran, with a sukoon on top, then make an echo sound. Similarly, if you stop on any of these 5 letters and it becomes a sakin, yani the letter becomes, like for example, qaf sakin, ta sakin, ba sakin, like this, then we will make an echo sound. Okay, let's further explain what's going on now. The first part of that paragraph, we're going to look at that first. Okay, on the right hand side, the shaded, you have the 5 letters, and then you have examples going all the way across. The first 2 examples are in a word, and the last 2 examples are at the end of a verse. Let's ignore the end of the verse. Let's look at the column first. Examples in a word. We're going to go through examples in a word, okay? So, the qaf examples are uqsimu, uqsimu. I don't say uqsimu. I say uqsimu. You hear the little echo? Uqsimu. Uqsimu. You cannot echo it that much that you make a fatha, kasra, or dhamma. You can't echo it that much that it becomes a zabar, zair, or a pesh, okay? We can't say uqsimu is too much. So it's just a little echo. Uqsimu. Next one across to the left. Khalaquna, khalaquna. So the echo in there is the laqu. I've circled everywhere where there's an echo, okay, to make it easy for you. So for the qaf, you had uqsimu and khalaqna. For the ta, at'amahum, at'amahum. The second example, tatuhiran, tatuhiran. For the ba, hablun, hablun. Qablika, qablika. For the jim, tajri, tajri. Fajri, fajri. Okay, and the dal, qad aflaha, qad aflaha. And the second example, lam yalid, lam yalid. So hope so far you've understood. If anywhere in the Quran you see qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, okay, qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, with the sukoon on top, then you make an echo sound. Okay, let's study the second part of this lesson now. Examples at the end of a verse. Okay, for example, you read قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقُ. Look at that. خَلَقَ is at the end of the verse. Now, when you stop on it, we don't say مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ. We say خَلَقُ. So, look at the first example, okay? It says khalaqa. When you stop on it, it becomes khalaqu. Now look at the end letter that I've circled. It's one of the 5 above, right? That's why there's an echo. So if you see qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal with a sukoon on top, then it is echoed. But if you're stopping at the end of a verse and it becomes like a qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, sakin, then also we make an echo sound, okay? So khalaqa is a qaf example. It becomes khalaqu, khalaqu. You hear the echo? The ta example is muhitun, muhitun will become muhitu, muhitu. Kasaba is the ba example, will become kasab, kasab. Listen out for the echoes, okay? This one here, buruji, okay? Buruji is the example for the jim. It will become buruj, buruj. And the last one, the example for dal, ahadun, ahad. Ahadun will become ahad. Okay? Let me make this very clear. Okay, guys? Qalqalah is whenever in the Quran you see qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. With a sukoon on top, you will make an qalqalah, which means you will make an echo. Or if you see qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal at the end of a verse and you stop on it and it becomes sakin, then you also make an echo. Okay, inshallah. You just have to go through this lesson a couple of times to properly understand it. Go through the recording, look at the examples, and then find some other examples in the Quran. Examples that you stop on, and examples that in the middle of a verse. Have a look at both of them, okay, inshallah. The comment I've put at the bottom, the note, sorry, to remember the 5 letters of Qalqalah, all you have to do is memorize the word below. It's been made into one word for you, and therefore it's easy to remember. Qutbu Jad. Qutbu Jad. Okay? Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. So if you was to just bring out Qalqalah letters, echo letters from your mind, easy way to remember is Qutbu Jad. If I was to say to you, okay, tell me the letters of Qalqalah, you would say Qutbu Jad. What is that? Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. Many people say Qutbu Jaddin. Now that's a bit confusing because there's a noon sound at the end. So they might say Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, noon. Okay? So that's a little confusing. We'll stick to Qutbu Jad. Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. Okay? I know this is a bit of a complicated rule, but when you get used to it, it's a piece of cake, subhanallah. So again, just a quick run through it again. Whenever you see, what is Qalqalah? Okay? Qalqalah is, pretend you explain it to somebody. What is Qalqalah? Qalqalah is, whenever you see in the Quran, Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal with a sukoon on top, you make an echo sound. Okay? So what's the example? Uqsimu, fajri. Examples, okay? Or if you see a word at the end of a verse and you're going to stop and it's one of these 5 letters and it becomes a sakin, then also you make an echo. For example, khalaqa becomes khalaqu. Therefore, qaf, sakin is one of the 5 and therefore it's an echo. I hope you've understood what I'm trying to get over to you guys, inshallah. If you don't, please run over, inshallah, the recording again and again until you do understand and look at more examples, okay, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan for your time and patience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.